Hello, happy Christmas, my fellow noodlings. I didn't realise I'd be releasing a video on Christmas, but I am because 86 had a video, and I think I'm a few days late, but I'm doing it now because I need to tell you guys. This is episode 10 of the second season of 86. There will now be a whole season's gap before I talk about 11 and 12. Thank you, Tanya, for telling me this. We are going to have to wait until March for episodes 11 and 12. Cruel if you consider the ending we just got for this episode. But before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. The season may have come to an end, stuffed on turkey or whatever it is you do to celebrate Christmas. We are now going into the new season. I have 4 anime coming your way, and if you want to make sure you know what those videos are, check the video that went up, which was my big breakdown that had my overall ranking for the season, and I also said what 4 I had picked. There's going to be 4 things airing next season, 1 less than this season, just so I can get on top of a few things because I've got a few pressing things to do outside of YouTube. There's a Discord channel too for you to get notified whenever videos go up. That is the best way to find out when a video goes up because you get notified on whatever device you have Discord downloaded to. This episode starts off on a very bad foot initially to tell you how the episode's going to go. As soon as we start to get our group separated. It's been a while since our group has lost any of its numbers. You know me, and you've been paying attention to who my favourite character. You know I'm very heartbroken right now. The first to get separated is Anju. It was very foreboding for the way that the episode was going to go. She does get left behind. However, I think she's alive. I'm pretty sure somebody said that she's talented in missile. There's a bit at the end where the Morpho is attacked by the sea of bullets. That, I think, is Anju. Anju, I was about to say we're not going to know until a month if Anju's alive. I believe Anju is still alive. Karina and Rika, those two get left behind. I'm not 100% sure. Both of these guys get a question mark by the status. Question marks above certain heads. There's definitely 1 confirmed death. Karina and Rika, I am not so sure on. Getting separated to hold the fort from behind. We do also see the railgun being fired. I like the view we see whenever we go to the Morpho's point of view. We have lots of screen overlays. It looks like you can see roughly where you are going to be aiming. It almost looks as if I'm playing a game and I'm looking down the sights of my gun. I like that effect because it feels very robotic and very detached. When you're playing a game, generally you're not that wrapped up in the emotions of the fight that you're in. You are more going into the tactics, you're more thinking about what's going on. You're a little bit detached from the actual, if it was a real battle. The Morpho is slightly detached. He's not himself. He's obviously got the memories of his previous self, but he is still more machine than man. I love the fact that the electronics start to dodge out. Just for a second, as the railgun fires, we just get to see the railgun going overhead to behind. That's why I'm putting Rika and Karina with a nice question mark above their status. Not sure of those two. I feel safe that Anju's alive. Raiden and Frederica initially get separated. This is where I was panicking. I love Raiden. Raiden is fantastic. I think he's awesome. I think he's an awesome big brother character as well. Frederica ends up being told to go into Fido, so Fido gets to go and hide. However, Raiden, my boy, he takes damage and then he comes back and, well, we know what his status is because sadly my boy takes a hit for the team. Raiden is a big X out. Out of our 5, we're now down to 4. The Morpho ends up succeeding in what it was he was trying to achieve. He wanted to bring Shin face to face to him. As he says, they were uninvited. He just wanted Shin face to face. When Frederica is told to stay put within Fido, we do get a bit of a repeat of a symbol we saw last week, but the symbol last week was crushed under a man-made sign. We are again seeing a white flower, just a solitary white flower in the wind, sign of hope. Also helped when you see her appear later on as well that Frederica wasn't going anywhere. There is a symbol of hope with Frederica. She herself is a symbol of hope, especially for Kiri as well. She is his light. She is the reason why he fights. Use of the white flower when you see where Frederica and Fido are, that is a really nice bit of symbology. It's quite nice to also give you a bit of hope that nothing bad is going to happen to those two. Let's talk about colours, a bit of colour theory going on. The Morpho sitting in this field of blue. Blue is a very cold and detached colour. The Morpho himself is robotic and very, very detached from the fight. I do love the wings. I really like the wings on the Morpho. Just the way that they move separately. They say he's like a centipede or a millipede. The wings as well, really going into that bug-like nature. I just love the visuals with this. I think the visuals of the Morpho, really nice design. I also love the fact that he contrasts the fiery red of Shin Japanese spider lily, aka the flower of doom. If you have been watching enough anime, you've been here long enough, you know these flowers mean bad things. These flowers are normally a symbol of death, danger, bloodshed, the works. The head falls. I end up losing Raiden. Definitely a very bad thing. Also, I guess you can count the Morpho. 2 people lose their lives this episode, perhaps 4, but we're not sure about the status of 2 of them. The Japanese spider lily has become infamous if you've watched enough anime. When you see it, you know bad things are going to happen. It features in Fruits Basket, flower used for Akito. Also, the bad flower that you see, the red flower in The Promised Neverland. It's a very symbolic flower. The fact that the head's also laying on the floor. It's a nice hint, I think, as well, what's coming to the Morpho, because Kiri had his head removed to become part of the Morpho. That it's the flower head on the floor because it's removed from its body. I like the fight between Shin and the Morpho. The Morpho's advantage is the range. Initially, you're just led to believe, oh yeah, he's got the range. If you can come in close, you're going to have the upper foot. Shin's reckless driving, the only thing he can do, zigzagging and doing all that he can to try and gain some ground on the Morpho. At this point, he doesn't know that being up close, being within the field of range, isn't going to guarantee him a win, just because there's a bit of information that Frederica is sitting on. I just love the contrast though with the red of the Shin, the fiery passion within as he's moving around. Shin as well with his head attached, he's very much alive. Frederica then gives us the key bit of information that Shin may want to back off. Shin is not the only person who is very good at close combat. The Morpho is also very good at close combat, and I also want to believe that's down to the family line because I know they share blood, they're actually indirectly related. Maybe that's a talent of the family that they're all very good at close combat. We do see the older brother also this week as well, and I don't know his style of fighting because we haven't really had too much information on him, but I'd like to think that the close combat thing runs in the family. Field of Blue ends up being not flowers but robots. I love it, it's so nice. Such a nice visual as well, because butterflies are generally a sign of hope, but these are bad butterflies. Let's talk about the rest in peace moment for my favorite character, Raiden. I feel bad, guys. I feel so betrayed. I lost Daya and now I've lost Raiden. Gives Shin the opening that he needs to get away from the Morpho. Raiden goes down. We see the flower of doom being blown up. Do you see that in an anime? You just start panicking because somebody's going to lose their life. We are now down to 4 characters. I'm so sad. I loved Raiden. Raiden was such a good character. I am heartbroken, 86. Why do you keep doing this to me? Shin ends up being backed into a corner with only 1 shot left. They're using the colour blue with the butterflies. This isn't a natural colour. Blue flowers are very, very rare to find in nature. Often enough, it's more purple you're going to see. Most of the time, if someone gives you a blue rose, they're fake, man-made method. These butterflies aren't alive. They are more robotic. At some point, they've been made by something. I really like that use. The colour blue is absolutely perfect. So as Shin realizes that he's only got 1 shot left, and we start to just hear the sea of "I will kill you" over and over again, the camera starts to pan away from Shin, showing us how big the Morpho is. We pan away from Shin, making him look really small. It ends up looking like the Morpho is towering over him, just showing you the huge mountain that still stands in his way, and he's only got 1 more shot left. Mega kudos to the way that the wings open up and start to draw upwards. Whoever designed the Morpho, absolutely fantastic. Really like the animation for him. It looks amazing. But that's when we get our twist. It starts to rain bullets, and I believe Anju's specialty, she can make it rain missiles because she ended up with a batch of missiles left behind by Fidos. The insert song, we now get the insert song, which is a Sawano female voice. I'm not sure the female singer. It's such a nice insert song. I really like it. Mega kudos. This episode was very different from last week's episode, which was very, very slow. There was a lot more just sitting around with compositions and colour. This week is a lot more action-packed. It's a little more fired up. Start to get the big twist. This is the big change in the tide. The Morpho ends up seeing Frederica in his last moments, his flashback. Frederica just asking him the question, why are you even fighting? You share the same blood. In that moment, you realise that the Morpho needed nothing more than just to actually hear her voice. At this point, he still thinks she's dead. He and Shin are similar. They are both similar in the sense that they've got nothing left. They have nothing left to live for but the fight. They only have the fight. The fight is all they have. The Morpho ends up finding peace because he sees Frederica. That does make you wonder if Shin is ever going to find some kind of peace, a reason not to live for fighting. Frederica doing the thing I really thought she was going to do. She ends up drawing the attention of the Morpho. It's also nice as well because you know that the Morpho believed she was dead. died, thinking that Federica had died too. You can just imagine that shock, suddenly seeing her a little bit older and actually alive. She does beg him to stop, but he's just too far gone. She's blinded by his anger. I did question whether Federica can actually hear the voices, because she seems to react to the voices. Whether she's hearing it through her ability to via her eyesight with Shin, or she actually has got a bit more going on as well. Not quite sure. The Morpho really is just too far gone. He is now kind of just this symbol of hate. He's not himself anymore. He's no longer the Kiri that Federica knew. Federica creates that opening, that one opening that we needed to change the tide, to change the battle. She ends up distracting him, points the gun at her own head, making him panic. She also gives Shin the knowledge. He's right there. He's right behind the wings. That is where he is. Shin only has one shot left. He can't waste it. Federica giving him the info he needs guarantees that he's going to hit the target. He's not going to miss. Really poignant flashback right at the end. Kiri is yelling at Shin. Kiri and Shin, they never met. They never met in real life. A butterfly is only noticed by Shin. And I did say that butterfly is a symbol of freedom. It's a symbol of positivity and hope as well. Shin is the only one who notices it. The next moment is when we see the family link. We see the brother coming across. Both Kiri and brother are leaving. I think his name's Ray. Those two end up leaving and Shin just stands there. Both of our alive characters, Federica and Shin, are left behind as our two deceased characters now walk into the light, passing over. Kiri and Ray, both of them were members of the Legion at one point, but they have been freed by Shin. Also noting how the two react when they see the two leaving. Federica ends up reaching out because she still wants to hold on. She doesn't want to let go. Shin is the one who just stands there accepting everything. He's already said his goodbyes. Our fearsome hurdle has come to an end. He has gone. It's also quite nice that he dies seeing Federica one last time. He sees that she's alive, so I guess he can go out on a happy note. He's able to cross over knowing that he did all that he could because she tells him, I'm proud of you. Sadly, the Morpho gets the last laugh as he initiates the self-destruct with both Shin and Federica in very close proximity. That is where the story is gonna leave off now for a 3-month gap. No more 86 on the channel until March. I think it actually airs around my birthday. I guess that's my birthday present. You're probably gonna kill another character, maybe for my birthday. For my birthday, I want nothing more than to see Vladilena. Maybe I'll get my wish. Maybe my birthday treat from 86 is gonna be at least seeing Vladilena at some point, because we just wiped out on perhaps thinking that both Shin, Federica and some of the crew are all dead. Maybe we'll flip over. Maybe this is when we're going to do a flip to see what happened to Vladilena. The anime seems to do that. It will leave you on a suspense, not knowing the status of somebody, go back to one side and flip across. So maybe I will get my wish. Maybe it's going to make it up to me for killing my two favourite characters off. My third favourite character is Vladilena, and I currently don't have a status on whether she's alive or not. 86, I'm expecting a birthday treat from you guys. My birthday, nothing more than to see sign of hope that Vladilena is well and truly okay. Thank you guys so much. I really hope you are having a good Christmas and enjoying yourselves. 86 being watched on Christmas Day and seeing Raiden die, not the best present in the world. And now we're going into a 3-month gap. Keep an eye out on the Discord channel because that's probably going to be the best way of knowing when it airs again. And just making sure that you've got things like bells rung so you get your information when that goes up. It was another fantastic episode. I really enjoyed the episode as a whole. I'm glad the Morpho has gone out. And it's not all doom and gloom. The Morpho has gone out on a high note because he saw Federica, his light at the end of the tunnel. He was able to cross over with a smile in the end when he walks off with Ray. So it's going to be very interesting to see where we go. We only have 2 episodes left. It's going to be interesting to see what the last 40 minutes of the anime actually entails. Have a good day, guys. Make sure you enjoy the holiday period. Take care. Bye-bye.